Good evening, all. Sorry for the delay. At about 9:35, I got the gut gremlins, and I've just been sat here going, oh, for the last 15, 20 minutes. So hopefully it's starting to ease. So hopefully I'll be okay. Do apologise for that. My guts are a little notorious now, and it's probably the first time it's really sort of. No, it has hit me on stream once before. I've had to stop a stream before because of it.
Must be bad.
But yeah, it happens. It happens. So, good evening, fellas. Good evening.
Hello,
Daniel.
Hello.
How are you, chaps? Hello. In chat, I can see Straw Piglet. I can see Sexius. I can see Halakar. It's not a stream about my guts. It's just a stream that's been delayed about my guts. That's
I don't know who John is. I know who this John is.
I'm a John without a H.
Yeah, there's no H in there.
So do excuse me if I.
The correct way to spell Jonathan, I just must admit.
Yes. Hello, Jeb. No, I had a bit of a gut issue at come on about 10 minutes before the stream was due to start. So it's not perfect now. It's uncomfortable, but I'm not like I was 10 minutes ago, so it should be okay.
Joker, is that a Batman background? What is that?
indeed.
Bloody hell.
It's Mr. Phoenix's eyes.
Nice.
Yeah. Does someone else keep popping up in the background of yours, Joker?
Oh, that will probably be my usual settings if I don't have anything on.
Oh, okay. It was Sylvester McCoy. I was wondering. It was Sylvester McCoy kept popping in.
Thanks, Oscar. I know I can always count on you to fill in gaps in my knowledge. There's anyone I can count on for that issue?
I vaguely remember Threads, Alakar. I can't tell you anything about it. I vaguely remember it existing. That's it. Right, so tonight's book was purchased by the lovely Richard, the Dungeon Crawler, and I realised today when I was putting that in that I've stopped getting notifications about his channel. He's been doing videos, and YouTube hasn't been telling me.
Ooh.
So it's YouTube for you. It's YouTube for you.
That's no good,
Does
is
it
it?
all the time. But there we go. The Dungeon on Blood Island. So there we are. Have I rung the? Yeah. All done. Used to tell me whenever he made a video.
Do you know what? Sometimes it tells me John's live streaming when he's ended his stream, which I find really strange.
Yeah.
Like it's telling me when he's published the video, but not when he's going live. Obviously, I know when he's going live anyway, but it's just weird.
Yep.
I mean, YouTube even unsubscribes you from people's accounts seemingly randomly. Like I was unsubscribed from Beard Meets Food. Like I would never do that.
No, it is odd. It is odd. Thank you, Piglet. Right. I'm just making sure stomach stops gurgling before I start reading. So,
Halakar's also experienced it randomly unsubscribing.
Yeah. I've had people tell me that it had happened to them with my channel, so. In and out as he's writing a 3-way space war for one of the solar systems of players. Okay. Well, that's not a problem.
Is this going back to the picture that Joker drew? I make planets.
The radio chatter. Let's find out where the radio chatter's coming from. Daniel.
It was Dan.
Daniel.
It's my watching the news.
No, there's like a fizzling sort of sound.
No, that would have been the news.
No, like
It
like
is.
background
No,
noise.
that's what it is.
Is it?
That's what I just flicked the mute on and off on Dan, and it went and came back.
No, but it's not the news. We can't hear words. It's just
But
like a sound.
it's causing a bit of disturbance. I think.
Extreme interference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's what it is.
Like
Right.
I muted it.
Right on time.
You muted it. You
Curious.
muted it. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Mercurius. Thank you. That'll make an old man's bad guts feel better. Yes.
Let's have a little look. Oh, Ernie Noah, Finity the
Hey.
Timey-Wimey Limey, Mage Musings, Richard Pean. Have I missed someone? Ah, Grumpy Old Slam.
Excellent. That's 3 or 4 that's 4 I recognise, 3 that I hear regularly. Well, no, Ernie's here when he can be, but Ernie's is the one who's just started running Tomb of Horrors on Discord, so that's actually really good timing. Really, really good timing. The Curious has a new alter ego. That's what it is. Yes.
They're both upside down though, so it's fine.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think I might have to go through all the channels I subscribe to and just check that how the notifications is are for all of them, because I hadn't heard about any of Richard's latest videos, and I was wondering. I thought he's being quiet, so I popped in and had a look when I got his channel details, because I put it in the blurb beneath my video today, because it was him who donated the money for this book. Popped in, I said, "Oh, he dropped a video a few days ago, and the one before a few weeks before that." So there you go. Right.
Oh, that's your actual old account. Okay, I thought this was your new one.
Oh, this is his. This is his old name. YouTube being arse. Yes, YouTube being arse. Right. Well, thank you, Mercurius. I'll forever, even though your ear trumpet is your old name, I'll still know you as Mercurius, because that's how you first became known to me. So you are Mercurius. That's all it is.
I mean, to me, you'll always be Marcus Aurelius, so...
Marcus Aurelius. Yeah. So... the news these days often is just noise, Jeb. It often is. It's just blah, 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 bollocks, 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 bollocks.
What, did people think you were actually like a reincarnation of Marcus Aurelius?
There's Mercurius Olicus.
I can't remember what the name's from, but I know it's in reference to something.
He has told me before.
What, Marcus Aurelius?
No, Mercurius Aulicus.
Oh.
There we go. Marcus Mercius Aulicus. So he's like mixed them all up and got his own version of it.
Right. Anyway, I'm going to start reading
Okie doke.
before my gut starts complaining again. If I do stop and mute myself for a moment, you'll know what's happened. Just forewarn you, it could happen quite easily, and I might have to just sort of disappear for 5-10 minutes, because I say,
While he decorates the bathroom.
no, that's unlikely. It'll normally just be a cramp for about 5 or 10 minutes, but I'll mute myself if that happens. So, the fame and glory that Deathtrap Dungeon had brought to Baron Succumvit was something his brother, Lord Carnus, just couldn't bear. People were in awe of the Baron and never stopped talking about his annual dungeon contest in Fang and the heroes who died trying to win the prize of 10,000 gold pieces. Lord Carnus even sent his own battle-hardened champion to compete in the Trial of Champions. But he died a gruesome death. Yeah, we did a few times, along with everybody else. One year, a brave adventurer unexpectedly won, though, so Baron Succumbit rebuilt his dungeon and doubled the prize to 20,000 gold pieces, which simply added to his notoriety. Whenever Deathtrap Dungeon came up in conversation, Lord Karnas would fly into a rage, cursing his brother's name out loud. Over time, his jealousy turned into... Skip the page. It's according to that, it turned into your pocket, but no, that... His jealousy turned into hatred. To upstage Succumbit, Karnas decided to build a dungeon of his own on Blood Island, where he ruled, and offered an even greater prize to the victor. That prize would be the Golden Orb of Fang, which he'd won from his brother in a dice game many years before. The orb's value was difficult to estimate, but some say that at auction Shazar, a bid of 25,000 gold pieces for such a legendary treasure would be the minimum expected. Karnas revelled in the idea of offering a reward that was once his brother's prized possession. His plan was to hide the orb deep inside the dungeon and protect it with deadly traps and ferocious monsters. He was certain the orb would never be found. His message to contestants would be simple. Find the orb, escape from the dungeon, and the prize would be theirs to keep. Karnas built his dungeon by linking the underground caverns on Blood Island with a labyrinth of tunnels. Work began in secret using an army of slaves. It took less than a year to build, but at a cost of nearly 600 shackled souls. It was finished in time for the grand opening on the 31st day of fire, just weeks before Baron Succumbit's Trial of Champions took place in his reconstructed Deathtrap dungeon. Knowing his brother would be incensed by the news, Karnas sent a personal messenger to him, inviting him to enter a champion of his own, to try to win back his precious orb, or to just come as his guest to watch the greatest winner-takes-all tournament in Alancia. Outraged by his brother's attempt to usurp him by offering the orb as a prize, Succumbit sent the messenger back to Blood Island with an exceptionally rude note, written in blood, stuffed in the mouth of a dead rat. Amused and encouraged, Karnas sent word to all the towns in Alancia to announce that his dungeon on Blood Island would be open to all comers to win the Golden Orb. He chartered a fleet of boats to ferry contestants and spectators to the island from the mainland. He built taverns and rooms for spectators close to the arena of death, where the contest would begin. News of the contest spread quickly. It soon became the talking point in every tavern and market square in Alancia. Adventurers, warriors, and villains from far and wide bragged that they would go to Blood Island to win the Golden Orb. You hear about the tournament on Blood Island from a merchant in Scar. We have come to sell a bronze sword that you found on an expedition to Kalong Marshes. With 5 gold pieces for its sale in your pocket, you are thinking about travelling to Fang to sign up for the Trial of Champions, but are intrigued by the new dungeon challenge on Blood Island. You walk down to the port where you see a crowd of people gathered in front of a small ship moored at the dock. The ship's captain is addressing the crowd, which is becoming increasingly noisy. This afternoon, we sail to Blood Island, where only the bravest warriors will compete for the orb, he bellows. All you have to do to enter the contest to win Lord Karnas' Golden Orb is step aboard my ship and sign up. And those of you who just wish to watch the contest, step on board and sail with us. Winning a prize worth 25,000 gold pieces seems unimaginable, and it's a challenge you cannot resist. Without further thought, you raise your arm and push your way through the crowd to walk up the gangplank to sign up for the contest. You are followed on board by a ruddy-faced dwarf who also signs up to take the challenge. The captain shakes your hand firmly before welcoming more than 50 passengers aboard who want to witness the spectacle for themselves. When the ship sets sail, all the passengers talk about is the dungeon and its monsters, and whether any of the contestants would survive. The dwarf introduces himself to you as Thump, and he gives you a soft punch on the arm to emphasize his name. He's a stout man with a long beard and a studded iron helmet pulled down over his big bushy eyebrows. He's wearing a leather tunic and is holding a huge warhammer with a handle that is almost as long as he is. He tells you that he comes from Stonebridge, a village that was almost destroyed by marauding iron giants. He says that if he won the Golden Orb...
That's a reference to one of his more recent books.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
That'll be one of the ones I don't own.
Shadow of the Giants.
Yeah, it's one in the series that came out before this.
Yeah.
21 in this series. Where was I?
Sorry.
Yeah. He spends the voyage telling you tales of his many adventures, most of which seem wildly exaggerated. When you question him about his claim that he once killed a dragon with his bare hands, he leans back and roars, "Well, maybe not entirely barehanded, but why spoil a good story with the truth?" Thump is a jovial, larger-than-life character. You can't help but like him, but it does feel slightly strange knowing that you will soon be competing with him for the Golden Orb. There we go. They've named one of the NPCs. That's deadly, isn't it? That's deadly. I tell you what, Joker. Sylvester McCoy is giving me the creeps. He keeps appearing in Joker's eye. Just
What was the NPC name? Sorry, I missed that. Microwave.
Thump.
Oh, no, I did catch that. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Calm seas, a following wind, and sunny skies make for a pleasant voyage, and when Blood Island is spotted on the horizon, a loud cheer erupts on board. As the ship sails into the harbour, you see a large crowd of people waving from the dock, eager to see the new contestants. There's a carnival atmosphere with people laughing and cheering, trumpets blaring and drums beating loudly. Ah, we have artwork.
Artwork. Art alert.
Artwork. Art and working.
Artwork.
Aardvark. Yes. Standing quietly, surveilling the scene from a wooden platform set back from the crowded dock, is a tall, stocky man wearing an elaborate headpiece and long purple robes filled out with huge shoulder pads. He seems to be quietly enjoying the moment. He's surrounded by stern-faced guards who push back anyone who tries to get too close to the platform. A trumpet sounds, and when he raises his arms, the crowd falls silent. Hello, Jerry. Anybody else joined us recently? We're up to 9. I'm sure everybody hasn't said hello. So if you haven't said hello yet, say hello. We've lost Iman. The ship's captain orders you and Thump to follow him off the ship and walk through the crowd to the platform where the captain bows to the robed man. "Lord Carnus, I bring you 2 more contestants," he says sharply. The robed man thanks the captain and glares at you and Thump before turning to address the throng. "Citizens and honoured guests, I have good news to share with you. We now have 120 contestants ready to compete. I wonder which one, if any, will triumph," he says, teasing the cheering crowd. He snaps his finger at a guard and growls, "Feed and water these 2 wretches. They will need all their strength for the contest tomorrow." "Mercurius, thank you for the membership." You are taken to a camp. What's that?
Iman dips out as the microwave is being used.
Yes. You are taken to a camp where groups of contestants are huddled together, talking. Some are practicing their weapon skills. Others are asleep, arms folded, leaning back against wooden cabins. There are a grisly mix of warriors, barbarians, knights, thieves, ninjas, dwarfs, elves, man-orcs, pirates, adventurers, and thugs who stare at you coldly as you walk into camp. Thump whispers in your ear, suggesting that the 2 of you should stick together, at least until the tournament starts. You spend the rest of the afternoon exercising and sharpening your sword. Thump swings his warhammer around his head and smashes it into the ground, practicing the move many times. "I think I'll use my warhammer to fight the next dragon I meet," he says with a wink. When the sun starts to go down, you are led to long wooden tables that are piled high with bowls of food. You sit down to a feast of vegetable soup, spit roast chicken, grilled fish, cheese, fruit, and honey. "Enjoy your dinner," a guard shouts out. "It'll probably be your last." After the meal, you are taken to a log cabin, which you share with 9 others, and told you will be woken at sunrise to receive further instructions. Nearly there. We're nearly there. Nearly at the start. A bell tolls at dawn, and Carnus's guards barge into your cabin, yelling at everybody to get up. When all the contestants are assembled outside, Lord Carnus enters the camp and walks slowly to the steps of a small rostrum to address you. "Welcome. Today is your day of destiny. Look around at your fellow contestants. Do they look stronger than you? Do they look quicker than you? Do they look smarter than you? Do you think you could defeat them in combat? As you can see, there are 120 contestants, all of you hoping to win the Golden Orb. Do you think that 120 contestants are too many to enter my dungeon? If you do, well, you are right. You will now be escorted to the arena of death, where an elimination contest will take place.
Knew it.
You'll compete against one another until just 12 contestants remain who will have earned the right to enter my dungeon. I call it my dungeon of despair. It is filled with deadly creatures, lethal traps, and horrific surprises, he says with a beaming smile. Of the final 12, 11 will most likely perish in the dungeon, and perhaps all 12. But with good fortune, wise decision-making, and skillful combat, one of you might win through to claim the Golden Orb as your prize today.
Welcome
Be
to
brave.
Squid Game.
May your swords be sharp and your wits sharper. With his solemn words ringing in your ears, you watch Lord Carnus leave the camp with his entourage, following at a respectful distance. And there we go.
And welcome to Squid Game.
Okay, let's see what equipment we start with. We start
So this
with...
is technically the fourth book in this mini-series,
What's the third one?
Armies of Death.
Is it?
Yeah, because it says at the beginning of the book that you take your winnings from the Trial of Champions and buy
Of
an
course,
army.
yes. Oh, that's true. Yes. Okay, let's have a look. Stamina and provisions. Oh, we start with 10 meals of provisions.
That's good.
It is good, yes. It did say we start with 5 gold pieces as well in that intro, didn't it? In that intro, it said we start with 5 gold pieces, or did we use it to...
No, it did say 5. It did say 5.
Yeah, it did say 5. Okay.
Oh, we missed Mercurius's donation, John.
Oh, we have. We've got another one. Okay, excellent. Thank you.
That's
Who got
to
those?
Arno Gradwall, Dark Knight of Hibernia, Rodney Hampton, Marco S, and James S.
I definitely know 2 of those.
I don't know if you heard any of that.
Yep, I heard them. I definitely know 2 of those. So, cheers. Right, we have a character to create. Are you ready?
Go.
Let's do this utterly fairly. Utterly fairly. So,
Oh, DK's been posting on the server, Halakar. He's all right as far as I know.
yeah, he's alive. Okay, the black D6, skill. The 2 blue ones, stamina. The red one, luck. Ready?
6.
Uh-oh,
Damn it.
I think we're very dead.
7. Oh my God, 7, 19, and 7. We're so dead.
Oh, we're so dead. Oh, we're so. Okay, this character's going to. This character's going to die horribly. Skill 7, stamina 19, luck 7. Oh dear. I think we're going to take a potion of luck because it boosts your luck by 1. I think that's a good idea. And we have meals 10.
Man, we literally couldn't get lower skill and luck if we tried.
No.
You
Oh yeah.
didn't let me roll, that's why.
Oh.
Sure.
All right.
Should have let me roll this one, John. You know I love rolling high, especially on sanity checks.
Yeah, DK's he's busier in Discord than he is on YouTube nowadays. He's got his own server that he runs and plays quite a few games on, and that takes up a lot of his time. I know he's got a job as well, so that's all part of it. There we go. That's a bit of artwork for the start. There's our dwarf friend by the looks of things. You are marched into the arena of death, which is a high-walled amphitheatre with a sand-covered floor and a bank of spectator seats circling the arena wall. With the spectator seats empty, an eerie silence prevails. The captain of the guard orders you to line up in 12 columns of 10. You will do everything I tell you to do. Stand to attention and do not move until Lord Carnus is seated. He shouts, barking out his orders. Without another word, he turns and leaves the arena. The hours pass, but Lord Carnus fails to appear. By mid-afternoon, the sun is unbearably hot, and you see that you're not the only one who's suffering in the heat. All the contestants are perspiring heavily, and some are swaying on their feet. You glance to your left and see Thump, who is grimacing but looking determined not to fail. You have a splitting headache, and your mouth is bone dry, and you are desperate to quench your thirst. Lose 1 stamina point. Wait, what's got stamina point already? Right, and now we have our first vote. Do we take a sip of water from our flask, or do we remain standing to attention?
Stay still.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get another pencil.
I'm assuming because he's going to say, I didn't tell you to drink. He's going to whip us or some
Yeah,
shit.
I'll do that drill sergeant bullshit where they tell you empty out your canteen and run 20 miles, or give you a full canteen and tell you to run 20 miles and then not let you drink or something like that.
Okay, so... so what did Joker say?
He wanted to
Sip.
drink.
Sip, okay.
We got 4 for dealing with it.
Yeah.
I see 10 people in chat, but I'm one of them.
Okay. Mercurius says sip.
Halakar's on the same line of thinking as us, Dan.
Yeah, well, that's what they do in the military. They'll, check your canteen after they tell you not to drink. So, yeah.
Halakar says if you sip, the drill instructor will make you chug the whole thing, then run till you puke it back up.
Exactly. Yep.
Chug.
Yeah, when they give you a spaghetti dinner, be kind of doubtful on how much you want to eat because they're going to make you run a 26-mile rucksack thing.
Looks like we got a joker over here. What's your name, Private?
Meow.
Oh, there he is. It took him long enough. Come on.
Aww.
Yeah. You gonna say hi to the guys?
Yep.
Hello, Patat. Okay. Anybody else voting? Starting revolt isn't allowed, sadly.
4-2 at the moment for staying.
So, drink or no drink? 6 votes.
Oh, have you served as well, Mac? Or are you just saying ooh rah?
Oh, wait. Is it just water?
As far as we know, yeah.
I was just gonna say if there's grog or something like that, maybe. But if it's just water, we can.
Yeah.
I don't want to drink that. That will sober me up. Yeah.
My mum and dad were both in the Territorial Army, which is our reserves, basically.
Oh, yeah.
They were in that before. My mum left when she was pregnant with me, and my dad stayed in the TA until there's a photo of him with his kit bag, with me in his kit bag, and I'm about 3 years old. So I know he went on a few TA tours around Europe.
Like a little kangaroo pouch he was keeping you in.
Yeah, it is like that. Yes.
Awesome.
Hello, Ernie. So
And
he
you
must
got
have been,
gifted a membership by Mercurius.
I think he left the TA when we moved house because it basically involved a longer commute and more traveling and stuff. And my parents had my sister as well. So I think that's around the time he left the TA.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I think he was in there for about 10 years, as far as I know.
Is this before or after he did the computer thing you were talking about? The
This is while he
Y2K
was.
thing?
Oh, this was way before that.
Okay.
Way before that.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you were 3. What am I on about? Ignore me.
I have vague recollections of my dad going off on TA things. So I must have been about 4 or 5 when he left. Something like that.
That'll be when your first real memories like start to form.
Yeah.
The ones that you can remember.
Yeah. Which is around the time we moved house, and my sister was born in '76 when I was 4.5. So yeah, that'll be the time. So my sister was born in '75. What am I saying? When I was 3.5.
I was just doing mental maths, and I was like, that doesn't quite check out.
I was 3.5. My sister was born in '75. My brother was born in '77. And I was 6 when Tim was born. So there you go. I'm the eldest. Right, we are sending to attention.
Toughen it out.
So I guess we're only semi-erect at the moment.
Leave that alone.
Very hot and wet and sticky. Sorry, I'll stop.
Time passes slowly in the blistering heat, which is draining your energy. Lose another stamina point.
Oof.
All you can think about is having a long drink of cold water. You feel dizzy and dehydrated, but manage to stay on your feet without moving. Turn to 141. Well, I followed Expedition to the Barrier Peaks, the Forest Oracle, as you know. The next one I will do it'll be hello Bob. Will be either Red Sonja or Castle Greyhawk. So Red Sonja or Castle Greyhawk. Those will be the ones that will be next.
Will that be a new Friday thing?
It will be a Friday thing, yes.
Okay.
To the castle!
As you know, I will be in Heroic,
Yes.
which is resuming next week.
Castle Greyhawk, WG7. Yes, that one. That one.
Is that the comedy one?
Comedy?
Yeah, they made one. They did.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying comedy in its loosest terms because it wasn't funny.
Well, it was supposed to be, but yeah.
It was just shit.
Was it cringy? Was that what it was?
I've had that since it first came out. I've never been able to read through like the first 20 pages of it.
It is shocking. But thing is, Jeb, I've already run Forest Oracle, so I've put us through that. And we actually found it quite funny, Forest Oracle, because it was so bad. So,
I mean, yeah, Expedition to the Barrier Peaks was weird as hell, but it wasn't as bad as Forest Oracle.
Oh, speaking of which, did you know the spork was invented in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania?
Which sport?
Spork.
We found them in the expedition.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were invented in Pittsburgh. I found that out yesterday.
Which one's a great module, Mac? You're saying Expedition to Barrier Peaks. I think it has potential for the right group. It's just an absolute bugger to prepare, and it's got too much missing. It tries to be too big. It's got too many gaps. It does need to be sort of compacted a little.
It needs to be more focused on it.
Yes, a bit more focused. But it's got a lot of unusual ideas in there, and for the right sort of people, I'm guessing it's fantastic. It's just not my sort of thing. Yeah.
Yes, Jeb.
Player refused to participate in Ravenloft 2. Ravenloft 2 is a bitch to prepare as well. It's a beast as well.
There's more than one Ravenloft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the first one's a total bitch also. So.
The thing is with me, Mac, is I didn't have the background in sci-fi. So I actually really, I was flicking backwards and forwards trying to work out what was going on in some places. And it took me a while. So it took me longer than it probably should have done to get it prepared. And I somewhat resented it a bit from that because the maps are terrible. I couldn't have run it without Slan's reworkings of the maps. And they did help out. They helped with the key cards and all that sort of stuff. Oh, Barrier Peak, you load that one. Okay, which one do you like? Which one did you say that you like? Castle Greyhawk or Forest Oracle?
Straw Piglet says he liked the Barrier Peaks.
Yeah. He likes thinking modules, doesn't he? So it's his sort of thing.
Play Call of Cthulhu, you rascal. I'll rock, paper, scissors you for it. If you lose, you have to play my Call of Cthulhu one shot.
Yeah, I6 was the original Ravenloft, and I10 was Ravenloft 2, The House on Griffin Hill.
Oh.
You like both Castle Greyhawk and Sonia? Oh, no, Mac. Mac.
Has he disappointed you?
Oh, Mac. Oh, Mac. They're both shit, Mac. They're both turd. They're both absolute doggy do. Oh. Okay, can we agree that A3 is bad? Assault on the area.
No, it's a very nice size of paper.
Shut it, Joker.
I made that joke about A4 last week.
Can we agree that A3, Assault on the Area of the Slave Lords, is bad?
I will agree. I like the first two. Yeah.
I just think even the title is bad. I don't want to read it based on the title.
I think the title's fantastic. It's one of my favorite titles of any module. I think it's brilliant. I love it.
Sounds generic as hell.
It's just, yeah. But that's the problem with it, Ernie. It takes a complete rewrite. It does, because it's just two generic linear tournament dungeon crawls with an unfleshed out city in between them, and it's crap.
Straw Piglet, you know exactly what's going to happen if you do that. If you haven't learnt from the first two times.
He wants to play Peaks again and rip one of those card machines open. I'll give you a clue. You can't. Give you another clue. Every time you try, the police bots get activated.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
So you're not going to succeed. It's just going to be police bots all the time.
I know. I learned that lesson the first time, but someone had to go and check again, didn't they?
That is true, Mac. That is true. But there's tweaking and there's tweaking.
Completely rewriting.
For example, the Forest Oracle needs a rewrite to make sense. A3, Assault on the Area of the Slave Lords, needs massive fleshing out to make sense. And neither of those are billed at all as being sandboxy adventures. They're not there with plot hooks for the player characters, plot hooks for the PCs to grab. They're meant to be adventures as they are. Whereas something like the Vault of the Drow is presented as a sandbox, as a location, rather than an adventure. So you get that. You expect to put the effort in because you are buying a location. And to some extent, Dwellers of the Forbidden City is that way as well. But it does give you a few plot hooks, but it is a location. Like the Isle of Dread, Keep on the Borderlands. They are locations. And they are there to put your plot hooks in. Whereas A3 is just a railroad, a linear adventure, which is poorly written. Forest Oracle is just a linear adventure, which is poorly written. Now, you can get bad sandboxes. Some sandboxes are better than others. For example, I'm not going to say bad, but I prefer the Village of Homlet's starting point to the Keep on the Borderlands. I prefer the Village of Homlet to Secret of Bone Hill. But I would happily use both the Keep and the stuff in the Secret of Bone Hill in my own adventures because they're both designed to be setting based. They are locations. And that makes them worthy. It makes them worth having, even though I prefer the Village of Homlet as a contained scenario and location.
But does that mean that you can then sort of take bits and bobs from like a location and put it like with an adventure?
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. That's the idea. That is the idea. The idea is
you
here's
go, oh, I like the adventure, but I don't like the setting. That sort of thing.
Yeah. You can just lift. The sandboxes, the idea is you can just lift chunks and just wrap them about and just put in your own hooks and whatever.
Hey, Manfred.
There's Manfred and there's Finity, the timey-wimey-limey. Hello.
You were kindly gifted a membership by Mercurius also.
Ah. So, yeah.
Anyway, John, I'm going to be Saxius now. Sorry.
Yeah. But that's why I run adventures like WG7 and Red Sonja and things like that down, because they need so much work to be sorted. Okay. 141. The spectators are finally allowed into the arena late in the afternoon. They cheer the contestants, some of whom look as though they're about to pass out from heat exhaustion. By the time the arena is full, 10 contestants are lying face down in the sand. A trumpet fanfare blasts out to signal the arrival of Lord Carnus. The spectators stand to applaud him as he takes his place on his ornate throne, while the unconscious contestants are dragged out of the arena, their contest over before it has even begun. Carnus raises his arms to silence the trumpet and acknowledge the crowd. Standing next to Carnus is a tall, mean-faced officer in a red uniform who steps forward to address the contestants with his sword raised in the air. "Thank you for your patience," he says insincerely. "You may now drink water." You do so eagerly, so add a stamina point.
I knew it was a good idea to wait.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know. I had a feeling.
As you have been informed by Lord Carnus, only 12 of you will enter the Dungeon of Despair. 10 contestants have been eliminated already.
Mm-hmm.
And another 98 are about to be eliminated in a qualifying tournament. The first round is called the Bullseye, and you will need a partner for this contest. Choose one now. With no information to go on, you look at the people closest to you. Do we team up with Thump, or do we choose a high elf, or do we choose a pirate?
Elf.
Sorry, what did he say the challenge was? Target or something?
Yeah.
Well, I think elves would be better archers, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So, I'd go with that.
Okay. Joker, what do you say?
Elf.
Sure, Piglet reckons Thump.
In fact, actually, do you know what? There's going to be more challenges. No, I changed my mind. I'm going to take Thump.
Okay.
Because I reckon that it might be trying to dissuade us from picking him, but we actually need him. I don't know.
Jeb says go for the elf one. 3 elf, 2 Thump now. Hello, Richard. You've been summoned by the fact that I tagged you in this one. Thank you. This is the book you bought. You missed the start, Richard, when I revealed that I didn't know. I hadn't heard about you making videos recently. All my notifications of your videos weren't coming through, so I've had to change that. I thought you'd gone quiet, but just wasn't getting notifications that you're making videos. So I need to go through my notifications for all my channels and redo a lot of them.
Yeah, Jeb, I mean, your players might hate things, but Saxius's players get PTSD from things, so...
Safe journey home, Halakar. Safe journey home. So,
Later, Hal.
we're on 3 votes for Thump, 3 votes for the elf. And I'm just going to sit and wait till we have more votes.
I see 13 people, but I'm one of them, so there's still... well, not 12.
Well,
Probably 8 of you that haven't voted.
yeah. No, I've got some catching up to do at work tomorrow, I think. See what Richard's been up to recently, because I noticed I hadn't had any notifications that he'd made any videos, so I'm going to go through and slap YouTube. YouTube's being a dick.
And slap some likes on his videos.
Yes, of course. You should do.
Manfred says elf as well.
So the elf is now winning 4-3 because of Manfred. Chat, do you want Manfred to win? Do you really want Manfred to win?
What's so bad about that?
I'm just trying to fire them up. What are we voting on? We're voting on who our teammate is for the first challenge. It's good. It's either Thump, the dwarf, a high elf, or a pirate. That's okay. Mac.
I like how no one said pirate.
Mac, being a bloke, I do have a bit of advice for you, bloke to bloke. We're not very good at multitasking. Leave the multitasking for the ladies. We're good at focus. See job, get job done.
Dwarf? There's no dwarf.
There is.
Oh, wait, Thump.
Yeah.
Duh.
So
Sorry, he's named, so I don't think of him as a dwarf now. I think of him as Thump.
Yeah. Come on, let me up. There you go. You'll be all right for a minute.
I still
What's the
remember
name
the
of a Terry
barbarian
Pratchett
for...
book?
I don't know.
Right, we're now on
Dude.
4-4.
I still remember Throm from Deathtrap Dungeon.
You vote non-elf, Coco B. Well, okay, there's 2 non-elves. There's a dwarf, who's our friend, and a pirate. I'm going to
Hey,
take
Coco.
the most non-elf is a dwarf. So I'm going to take that as a vote for a dwarf. Minus 30 degrees C. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll shut up about my -2 then.
Yeah. It is cold up. I've got 2 fleeces on at the moment and a t-shirt underneath.
I had to put 2 pairs of socks on yesterday. Ridiculous.
I've done that for work a few times recently. And I've got my heater on next to me there. My hands are like icicles, and it's about -2, -3 here at the moment.
Does that not put us at 4-4?
That's that in the Euro thingy. In Fahrenheit, we're about 25 to 27 sort of Fahrenheit, roughly.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah. Which is about -2, -3 degrees C, somewhere around there. Ish.
Yep, that's about right. Just quick mental math. That's about right.
It's in the ball. It's in the ballpark.
Yes.
But -3 degree, -3
The
Fahrenheit in
unanimous
Bismarck.
vote is
-3 Fahrenheit in Bismarck is -20 degrees Celsius. So, yeah, roughly. Yeah, pretty brutal.
-20, 52, -52. Yeah. It's not great.
Just in time.
so. Who's
Snowmageddon.
leading the
Just in
votes?
time for the end. Yeah, just in time for the end of the NFL season. So, Finity the timey-wimey-limey is in New Zealand.
You're not a limey then.
Well, he might be an expat.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
I haven't done any game streaming over Christmas, Richard. I've had my son's birthday, Christmas, my son's birthday, my New Year. So it's been quite busy. My son turned 18 on the 28th of December.
Have
So
I
we
not
had a
heard of
party.
aeroplanes? What are those? I have no idea, mate.
They are
So you're
big things
originally
with
alive.
wings are called Shirley.
Migrating limey. Yes.
You did stream on Discord when you were playing your car game one night.
I did, yeah.
But there was no official like YouTube stream.
But we did have we played the Krampus book over Christmas.
Yes.
I did a few live streams of the Krampus book over Christmas.
You did one on
I've done some-
Friday, one 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
so
one was
We've
before
done,
that.
we've done some reading, but we haven't done any other games. Right, okay. So we're going to go with Thump 291.
Oh, Joker's disappeared.
That's it. We've got bored of our waffle. Happy birthday to your young geek. Yes, he is the youngest. My youngest child is now an 18-year-old and legally able to drink.
You're gonna have to change your bio now
Why?
because they're both technically adults now, even though one's still a teenager.
Yeah. 20 and 18. Oh, God.
Do I have phone now?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yep, can hear you.
After all the contestants have selected their partners, the officer announces with gusto, "Bullseye is an archery contest. I hope you have chosen wisely because the targets for this contest are the contestants." He sniggers, hardly able to contain himself. The spectators gasp in shock. You look at Thump and shake your head. He stares back at you with a deep frown on his face. Form yourselves into 2 lines of 55 contestants, making sure you stand opposite your partner 30 paces apart. You'll be given a bow, and you must fire the arrow at your partner when you hear the trumpet sound. Anybody who is hit by an arrow will be eliminated, some fatally so. You have no choice but to take your place in the line to face Thump.
I'm kind of glad we didn't pick the elf, but I'm also kind of not for a different reason.
Well, our character's so bad. So. Guards enter the arena to hand out the bows and arrows to the contestants. You see Thump's arrow aimed at you, and in 2 minds as to what to do, you take aim and await the sound of the trumpet. The crowd roars as the trumpet blasts out a high-pitched tone. Do we fire our arrow at Thump, or do we aim over his head?
Over his head. Warning shot.
I really hope it gives us a chance to dodge or something, like a D6, I don't know. I'm going to say miss.
Daniel, do we... Oh, Daniel's disappeared. Draw a pig that says shoot the elf. That'd be a good
No,
idea.
he says over his head.
Above that, he said shoot the elf.
Yeah, but we're not... Elf's not our partner. I would if I could.
No.
Sorry, I had to step away.
Daniel, do we shoot Thump or do we intentionally not shoot Thump?
Do we? Okay, now are we going to shoot him no matter what, or is it an accident or intentional?
Oh, well, we're in an archery contest where we'll have to shoot at our partners, and our partner is Thump. So
Well,
do we shoot at him?
probably if we don't shoot him, then somebody's going to shoot us, or else Thump might shoot us. So shoot Thump.
Okay.
We don't know from asshole next door, so yeah, who cares?
He's our friend.
How's he our friend? Somebody has to die. Only one's going to leave. So, if you don't shoot Thump, he might shoot you, and he might be thinking the same thing. So, shoot Thump.
Okay, so Manfred is aiming to just nick his ear. Okay, I'm going to take that as a shoot Thump.
Okay, we'll start calling him Trump instead of Thump.
I would argue that that's a miss, even though he's saying to hit him.
No, that's a hit. That's a hit.
It would be. You hit him. They didn't say where or how hard.
Yeah.
So we're at 3-3 now. Come on then, chat. There's lots of you. Make some choices.
Yeah, his name is Thump.
Trump.
Yes, change one letter. Yes.
Well,
yes.
we're going to nick his ear, so we'll start calling him Trump.
Oh, fucking hell.
Well, that's what happened.
No, that was a good one.
That's why I said it.
You know, it must be a good one when it makes me go, oh, fucking hell. It doesn't make me laugh. It makes me go, fuck's sake.
Where are we at? We're trying to decide whether we shoot Thump or not in the archery contest. It's an archery contest against our partner. Do we try and hit him or do we try and miss him? And we've teamed up with our friend Thump the dwarf.
Yeah, and if we'd have teamed up with the elf, we'd be dead already.
Oh yeah. The dwarf,
Maybe.
no, he's lovely. The dwarf's really nice. He's our friend.
Come on already.
In trouble again. Yes, Manfred. Again.
Well, it's not Manfred's fault, to be fair.
I actually think it's quite a good joke. I think it's a good joke. So, Mac says, don't shoot him. Okay, Mac's being nice. But 4-3. Any more voters? Because they've got a silent majority. I don't like silent majorities. Have your voice. Use it. Yes.
Trump him. Stop thinking that's hilarious. Trump him.
We don't want to be the vocal minority, do we? Because that's the problem with today's society.
That is the problem with today's society, the vocal minority. Yep.
Well, lay down, buddy. Come
Oh,
on.
Max says don't shoot him.
Yeah, he did say. I saw that.
Was that 4-3 for not shooting?
4-3, yeah. Yeah, 4-3 for not shooting.
You're showing off your butthole to all the guys.
But meow, I have a lovely butthole, meow.
Yep. That's a sign of trust, so he apparently likes you guys.
Meow. Okay, we're not going to shoot him. It won 4-3. Nobody else wants to vote. Aim over his head, turn to 202. This is where Thump shoots us.
This is where he aims between our legs, because that's a head height to him.
Yeah. There is an eerie whooshing sound as the arrows fly across the arena, followed by the sickening thud of many of them hitting their targets. The crowd gasps as contestants fall to the ground, clutching the arrows lodged in their torsos. The arrow you fire at Thump flies past his head and bounces off the wall behind him, at the same time as Thump's arrow whistles over your head.
Yes.
You both start grinning, relieved to have survived unscathed. You barely notice the groans of the injured contestants or the noise of the spectators. The trumpet blasts out again, and the officer instructs remaining contestants to line up against the far wall, while the injured and the dead are led or dragged out of the arena. Standing next to Thump, you ask him why he aimed his bow at you. I never learned to use bow and arrow, so I thought if I fired it at you, I'd be bound to miss, he said, roaring with laughter. You tell him you could have hit him, but he's decided not to. How very considerate of you, he says with a wry smile. Let's not risk fighting each other again. We should split up for the next contest. The officer looks along the line of contestants and says without any emotion in his voice, by my count, there are 48 contestants left in the tournament. Lord Carnos requires that number to be reduced to 12 within the hour. It is time to choose a partner for the next contest, which is called Heavy Metal. Do it now. Do we choose the thief on our left or the ninja on our right? Thief or ninja?
Did he just
Or,
say
or definitely baby metal.
or hair metal?
Arrows lodged in their torsos, Manfred.
Yeah, I don't know how he heard that word either.
So, thief or ninja?
Hello,
Thief.
you're wrong.
Either way,
I'm gonna say, actually, wait. No, ninja.
Dan? Thief or
Thief.
ninja? Thief.
I'm going to be the one that's the oddball tonight.
No people in chat saying thief.
We've got 2 for thief in chat, 2 for ninja. Then ninja and thief. And then another thief.
Looks like chat's woken up.
So we're at
Four thieves.
5-5. Chat have woken up. We're at 5-5 now. Thief don't outsource to Asia from You're Wrong. I missed that
I
one.
count.
6-5. 6-5.
I count 6, yeah. 6 thief.
Yeah. 6 thief, yes.
We want the imported thief.
Whenever I have, the reason the stream was late tonight, I had a bit of a bellyache. It hit me about 9:35. It's eased now, but I find after I have any gut pain, I get very, very tired. It's a bit sort of, and that's what's just hit me. But I'll press on. I'll press on.
Did the dude say what the challenge was, or that it's just called heavy metal?
You said it's called heavy metal. Thank you, Mercurius.
That
Who got
was
that?
Magnanimous Gedson.
I have seen the name before. Are these guys wearing name tags? No, we can just tell. I mean, look, stereotypical thief. He's got angular features, stubble, wears leather armor, probably carries a couple of daggers.
Got a little bit of a shifty look in his eyes.
Shifty look in his eye, yeah. And a ninja, well, he's going to have throwing stars and nunchucks and be dressed all in black.
Zero emotion visible on his face.
Yeah. If he is wielding throwing stars and nunchucks, I'd rather fight the ninja because, as has been shown on multiple YouTube videos, they're shit weapons. They're just for showing off with.
Pretty
Better
much,
off with
yeah.
caltrops and rice balls.
You're more likely to hit yourself with nunchucks, as one of my housemates once found out when I lived up in Leeds. His missus phoned. We knocked on his door. Neil, your missus is on the phone. Neil, he didn't answer the door, so we pushed the door, and he was lying on the floor, semi-conscious, with his nunchucks next to him. He used to practice in his room, and a big lump on the side of his head.
Ooh.
Did I ever run an Oriental Adventures game? No, I didn't. No. Now, Neil was, he worked on door security at the university. He was a postgrad student. He was actually in charge of the door security team, and he was a black belt at Taekwondo, and he practiced with a lot of the traditional Japanese martial arty weapons.
Apparently, he wasn't too good.
He was actually he says it's happened multiple times. It's because he does all the flicks where you change the hand and whip it behind your head and all that
see,
stuff.
they're not fun. It's kind of like the flail.
Yeah,
You're just as likely to hit yourself as you're on the other guy.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You see someone who's good at it, and then you're like, wow, that's so impressive. But then you don't see all the hard work and all the mistakes that they made to get to that
I mean,
point.
yes, yeah. I mean, you know, when you see the knife juggler juggling knives, you think, wow, he's awesome. But how many times has he cut his hand while practicing?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sword swallows. How many times have they lacerated their windpipe or throat?
Yep. In my early days of judo, the amount of injuries I picked up. The plebes demand blood.
He's got a black belt in macrame. Macrame. God damn it.
Yes. No, juggling is not easy.
Knife juggling is easier than it looks.
I can just about juggle 3 balls for about 10 to 15 seconds. Just about.
That's 10 times longer than me. I can't even do like 1.5 seconds.
But they have to be this.
I can juggle too.
If I try to do anything more than just basic 3-ball juggling, it'll go horribly wrong. But I can keep 3 balls in the air for 10 to 15 seconds properly. That's it. Anything beyond that, nah. Right, we are at 5-5, Thief and Ninja. So,
Weren't we at 6-5?
Oh, we're at 6-5. Sorry, 6-5 for Thief. Okay, we're going for the Thief. 98.
I watched a video of that. You know that magician's trick where they have like a few paper bags and there's like a big spike in one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they hold like someone's hand over it and then they get him to slam it down. Yeah, I've seen one of those go wrong and it was fucking awful.
I don't want to watch that. Don't want to see that.
That was because you know they always scream because they're scared, but that scream was different.
I bet.
That screen is different.
It was.
I have a hospital driving story, but I'll contain a bit. You stand opposite the thief, who looks dismissively at you and spits on the ground. The gates open, and an ox-drawn cart piled high with large iron balls rolls slowly into the arena. The officer instructs everybody to take an iron ball from the cart and stand holding it above their head opposite their partner. The ball is very heavy, and you have difficulty in lifting it up. The thief also struggles to lift his iron ball above his head. Your arms soon start to shake under the weight of the ball. The crowd cheers as balls begin to drop. Oh, indeed. On the ground, all around the arena with a dull thud. And the eliminated contestants are led away by the guards. The muscles in your arms start to burn, and you wonder how much longer you can last. Lose 2 stamina points.
They all became men at once.
Yeah. You glare at the thief, whose face is dripping with sweat. Roll 2 dice. If the total is higher than the thief's skill score, which is only 5, I think we picked quite well there. I think the ninja might have been good at this.
Yeah.
Oh, no, bollocks. Total is 5 or left, turn to 166.
We get led away and executed.
We get crushed by the ball.
Now, my driving story was we mostly drive manual cars here, and thus right foot accelerate and brake, left foot clutch. That's how we're taught to drive. Is that not right, Iman?
That is correct, sir.
That's how we drive over here. Yeah.
I learned to drive a rally car properly, and to drive a front wheel drive rally car, it's right foot accelerator, left foot brake and clutch. So I can do that. One night at judo, I dropped somebody on my own foot, and there was a loud crack.
Oh.
The physio there said, "John, you had better." He said, "Better get yourself home within the next 10 minutes because it hurts. It hurts like hell now, but within 10 to 15 minutes, you will not bear anything touching that. I think it's broken." That was my right foot. I then drove 4 miles home, multiple traffic junctions and whatever, using only my left foot to do all 3 pedals.
Oh wow.
Did you have to like put your foot like flat across the pedals like that and sort of do the heel toe thing?
I was having to do all that stuff, but with my left foot, accelerating, braking, and changing gear.
Yeah.
Whenever anyone pulled out in front of me, I swore very loudly, very, very loudly. Whenever my right foot touched anything, I swore even louder because he was right. So yeah, my left foot was doing everything.
Physio knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great. I'm glad you managed to get yourself to hospital, though.
To be honest, I went home and
you didn't go to hospital?
I went home, went to sleep with my foot sticking out from under the duvet because I couldn't bear to have anything on it. Got up in the morning, and as you do, roll out of bed, instinctively put my foot on the ground and howled.
And let me guess, it was twice the size as you remember it.
Yes, and that's when I went to hospital.
Yep.
No, I wasn't touching the emergency handbrake. No, there's no need.
Is that what they call it? An emergency brake?
Yeah, in America, yeah.
Huh.
My left foot could do both. Could do all 3, because I trained my left foot to be more versatile through the rally driving, but not to do all 3 pedals. I'd be to really think about that. You begin to lose your grip on the iron ball, and much to the delight of your opponent and the cheering crowd, there is nothing you can do but let it drop to the ground. A guard grabs your arm and leads you out of the arena. You can't believe you're out of the contest so soon. Your adventure is over.
Fuck. He had such a low skill as well.
Yeah.
Fuck. Right. Can we roll again and get some better stats and maybe plow through it a bit quicker?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we know to pick the dwarf.
Yeah. Okay. So let's roll again. One bad roll did us. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Skill is that one. Stamina are these 2. Luck is that one. Okay. So skill blue, stamina 2 red, luck brown. It's mildly better.
Oh, that sucks.
It's mildly better.
Worse stamina, same luck, way better skill. I will take that.
No, it's skill is still 7. Oh, skill is much better. Yeah. Same luck. Yeah. Okay.
You told me what the dice were.
I did. Yes, I did. Okay. So I'm not going to read all the beginning again. We lose 1 stamina point because we're standing there. Okay. Do we take a sip of water from our flask or remain standing to attention?
No, don't do it.
Who do we lose?
Joker.
Lost to Joker.
Ugh. I agree. Do all the same things.
Oh, we've got 3 people saying take a sip this time. What about you 2? Daniel and Iman. Oh, there's Joker again.
No, don't drink.
No, stand still.
No drink.
No, you changed your mind, didn't you, Joker?
Yeah.
So three stands from you three. Now on the other side we have stand, sip, followed by sip, and stand. Sip, and stand. We're at 6 stand, 5 sip at the moment.
Pardon me.
Pardon you.
Long lost sisters are down slim.
Straw Piglet's trying to game it and trying to get his character killed.
I think I've stolen your gassiness, John.
I've not been as gassy as I expected after the grievous bodily pain that was there a couple of hours ago.
It's probably because you give yourself that little bit of time.
Yeah.
You don't normally do that.
It was the breathing, I think, helped. When you said I was quiet, not moving, I was just going, just slow breathing, because that works.
John was literally sat so still and so quiet that I thought someone was using the microwave. Where's Saxius gone? I think he just missed our death. Or maybe he was there for it. Because he literally asked, have we died yet? But then we died literally right after that.
Yes.
Actually, John, one thing, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but when I have stomach issues, one thing I will actually do is get up and walk around for a little bit.
That makes mine worse. I tend to sit in one position, breathe slowly, and then I sip cold fizzy pop, which the breathing slowly just sort of calms it, and the sipping of cold fizzy pop seems to force out air pockets. So
yeah, that would help with the fizzy pop. Yeah.
So we're remaining standing to attention.
Dan Straw Piglet said, he says you thought you were going to say drink.
It depends on what's in the canteen.
No, he means like when your stomach hurts.
In America, a canteen is something you keep water in. In Britain, a canteen is a restaurant.
Most of the time, if my stomach hurts, it's because I've been drinking. So yeah, no.
Here in Britain, a canteen is a staff restaurant.
Correct.
Yes.
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 Yep.
Okay, so we lose one more stamina point. Stay on our feet. 141. Okay. Right. Right, here we go.
Like in Star Wars, Mac.
Do we team up with Thump? Do we team up with an elf? Or do we team up with a pirate?
Elf.
Let's go Thump again.
I'm not taking shit from a country who's only existed for a few hundred years, if that, Straw Piglet. It's our language. You guys get the words wrong.
Right, Iman.
Am I right, John?
Yes.
Thump.
Iman. Thump. Okay.
I'm just being facetious, by the way, Straw Piglet, but it is also sort of factually true.
Language does change over time. Words gain new meanings and lose meanings and all sorts of things.
Yep.
Words come in and out of the language. For my quizzes, I almost always have an archaic word somewhere.
And there's words that we use.
What do you mean almost?
Mother, there's words over in the UK you guys use constantly that are considered very offensive over here and vice versa. So, yeah.
What?
Yep.
Like Oriental?
Oriental is a key one. Yeah. It's not considered offensive over here at all.
It just means someone from the Orient or something.
Something, yeah. Or
know,
it
like a
means of
restaurant.
the East. Just means
Yeah.
of the East. Yeah. Crumpet. Crumpet. Well, crumpet can mean food and ladies. Can mean both. Yeah. You got to the moon first. Well done, you.
Yeah, but who
Right.
got to space first? Yeah, exactly. Let's not go there.
Yeah, the Ruskies. Yes.
Well, wasn't that the Russians with the monkey?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cantina is from the Spanish. Yes, Andy, you're right. Hello, Andy. How are you doing?
Hey, Andy.
Yes, crumpet. Yes, yeah. Ooh, nice bit of crumpet.
I've actually
Fanny.
never heard that.
Yeah. Fanny does not mean the back part of the anatomy. Not at all. Americans have changed that. It's a woman's front bottom.
Yeah, what you guys call a fanny pack, we call a bum bag.
Yes, we call it bum bag. Yes.
I mean, weirdly, they're never really worn there, though.
Yes.
They're
When we
worn like a fanny pack. I've never seen someone wear it on
only
the back.
people that wanted their stuff nicked, they wore it as a bum bag. I have known a couple of people wear it around the back. I never did. I'd like to keep hold. I like when they were fashionable. It's like I'd like to know where it is.
I've never worn such a thing.
Me neither.
And never will.
Never planned to either yet.
Well, I was a teenager when they came out, and McDonald's gave them away with Happy Meals.
To be fair, I look at a fanny pack or a bum bag and I think drug dealer. So
yeah, well, yeah, yeah. That's probably why they got popular. But yeah,
That's where people also keep their pistols too. But that's just if you're into guns. So, yeah.
in the UK, it'll probably just be knives.
Yeah.
I say
Here's one
just.
question. Here's one old world question, old sort of old language question that I asked in a quiz not so long ago. What would people do in a vomitorium?
Oh, I know that answer. And it's not throw up.
It's not throw up, no.
I can't remember what it is, but it's not throwing up.
Never heard it. Never heard it.
It's been a while since. Oh, I honestly can't remember.
I
don't know.
Quite simply, what do you do when you vomit? You expel from your body.
Yeah.
So if you're in a vomitorium, you are simply leaving the building. It's the way out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
It's the opposite of a.
So instead of atrium.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just simply a way out. That's called an exit. Yeah, an exit is a vomitorium. Yes, but the vomitorium is sort of like the passageway out.
Yeah.
Exit area.
The hallway leading to the exit.
And what have you been doing if you feel crapulous?
You told me this. I don't remember it.
Yes.
yeah. I was at the quiz that this came up, and I can't remember it for the life of me either.
Crapulous is such a fantastic word. Let's just say a lot of people felt crapulous on the 1st of January.
Okay.
That's a clue.
Rolling dice. That's a good one.
So on the 1st of January, a lot of people would have felt very crapulous indeed. And probably on the 26th of December as well. Overindulging is the correct answer. Hungover, too much food, too much beer, too much wine. Yeah, it's just that feeling after you've just overdone it.
Have you heard of the word enshittification?
I haven't. No.
Oh, it just means the gradual decline of online products and services. It's also known as crapification, but I think enshittification sounds way better.
Of what is hippopotamonstrossus squippedelophobia? The fear.
Fear of long words.
Correct. It is.
I know that one.
Either that or the B movies.
There's,
Mary Poppins.
I think the fear of lisps has like multiple S's in it. Something like that. There's a lot of these phobias that are just trolly, man.
Yeah, I bet they will. Okay, so we are.
No, he actually did not make that up, Straw Piglet. That is a real phobia. Hippopotamonstrossus quipedaliophobia.
Hippopotamonstrossus quipedaliophobia.
Yeah. See, the fact that we both said the same thing or very close to the same thing means that it's not made up. Of course, that's what makes something real.
Okay, so we've only had.
You Google it. I'll just be sitting here sipping my coffee.
Okay, we've only had 5 votes. Right, we've only had 5 votes. So for those who haven't yet voted, we do have a vote. Who do we team up with? Thump the dwarf, or that's his name. We're not thumping the dwarf. His name is Thump the dwarf. Or do we just choose a high elf, or do we just choose a pirate? So far, we have 2 votes for Thump, 1 for the elf, 2 for the pirate. This is for an archery contest. What's your choice? Phobophobia is the fear of fear.
Ah!
Max says Thump.
There's, I think, I can't remember how you pronounce it, but it's called arachibutyrophobia or something like that, which is the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. Yeah, I know, right? There's a phobia for everything.
There is, yeah.
I'm gonna have to Google this.
Gynophobia, the fear of women. Gymnophobia, the fear of nudity. Brontophobia, the fear of thunder. So, Tim with Thump again.
I was saying it. I was pronouncing it correctly by the spelling. I just don't know how you actually say it. Arachibutyrophobia, one of those two.
Okay, so this time, do we fire our arrow at Thump, or do we aim over his head?
Aim over his head.
Over his head.
Over.
Now watch him get lucky and hit us this time.
Iman, Google fear of the ex-wife.
Probably says Daniel.
Kierniophobia. Jeb says fire at him. Sure, Piglet says fire over him.
Huh. There isn't a single recognized term for fear of ex-wife phobia.
Isn't there?
Apparently not.
That's bonkers. Because fear of a former spouse should be quite.
That's called. I think that's just called normal, John.
Yeah, I suppose so. and phobias, by definition, are irrational, and that's quite rational to be scared of the ex.
This is extremely rational. I don't know. I mean, we can ask the 2 people here who actually have ex-wives.
Okay,
It ain't me and John, by the way. I'm waiting for one of you 2 to speak.
Yeah, life moves on. Certainly didn't miss them.
What's the fear of lawyers?
Money.
I don't know.
Well, no, that would be the phobia. Whichever
There
one
will
is
be a
fear
fear
of
of lawyers.
lawyers, that's the one that goes to the X's.
No words for fear of porridge or knitting. That's a shame. That's a shame.
Andy?
There's nothing for fear of porridge. Wow, that's kind of bizarre. I thought there
Andy?
would be. Andy, you're gonna make it now, aren't you? He's gonna call it Harold phobia or something like that.
I mean, fear of lawyers is lawful evil a phobia.
That would be a blood-sucking parasitophobia.
Yes.
I don't know. Is
Yes.
porridge cream of wheat? Is it a different thing?
No, it's
It's
a
oats.
thing. Similar, but
Porridge.
different.
Porridge is oats, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it's oats soaked in Scotland, just water. In most of the world, milk.
Correct.
For me, oat milk. So it's a bit too oaty. My porridge is a bit too oaty. So I don't have porridge anymore.
Oh yeah, that's like oat on top of oat.
Oat
Literally.
and oats, yes. Oatmeal. Well, we have. Do you have oatmeal hot?
Yes.
There it is. That's it. Yeah.
Porridge is a Oberbegriff. What?
When I stayed in Canada, every day for breakfast at Mage's, we had split oats soaked in. I had it soaked in almond milk, and with walnuts on top, and then a big dollop of maple syrup every single day because it was lovely.
Did man just say almond?
Almond, yes.
What? It's almond.
Okay. Almond.
Yeah, it's
Almond.
almond. What is this?
Almond.
No. It's almond.
Almond.
How dare you?
Almond. No. Almond.
Let me guess, you're one of them people that says glacier as well.
Correct.
It's glacier.
Glacier,
Oh, good.
yeah.
At least we can agree on that. It's 100% almond. Or at least it's
Almond.
always been for me.
It's not spelled ARMOND.
Yeah. And? Supraordinated category. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oatmeal and porridge are not quite the same thing, but they're similar. We're having the real debates here, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Yogg
So
speaks
with-
nobility English, does he?
I'm right posh, me.
Hey up, lad. I'm right northern me.
Aye. Aiming over his head. We're all aiming over his head. What time is it, by the way?
11:30ish. Just about to hit.
11:30. Okay. 15 minutes left. Then I've got to depart. No, we don't have grits.
No, we don't know.
Okay. So here we come to the heavy metal thing again. So do we choose the thief or the ninja?
We're gonna have to pick the thief again.
Yeah, go with the thief.
Thief or ninja for the heavy metal challenge. I'm not reading it all again. I'll read something when we get to a new one.
Yeah, that's
Thief
fine.
or ninja.
Ninja.
I don't blame you.
Thief or ninja. Pardon me. thing that got me was whenever Mage made the breakfast, it took him about 20 minutes to soak all the oats and everything and whatever. Over here, if I make porridge, I just put the oats in a bowl, pour in enough milk or whatever I'm using, oat milk or almond milk or some rice milk or something like that, stick it in the microwave for 2 minutes, give it a good stir, and it's done. So I wonder if our oats are made differently.
You can also do it in a pan.
You can do it in a pan, yeah. I just stick it in the microwave for 2 minutes. A big bowl, about 3 minutes. Small bowl, about 2 minutes. Rolled up.
Yeah, as you can imagine,
too, yeah.
me and the micro don't really get along.
Hate relationship. Right, we have 5 votes for Thief, 2 for Ninja. Any others? They're raw oats. That's why. Okay.
Oh, so your oats need to be cooked first. That's interesting. They sell you raw oats.
I would make it with oats, preferably almond milk because oat milk is too oaty, and I would use honey as well. But now
brown sugar is really good with them.
Brown sugar's good. Yes, brown sugar's very good.
I'll tell you what's even better: golden sugar, if you can find it.
Raisins, yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah, Quaker Oats is one of the brands that we have that's quite here.
Yeah,
those
you actually have to put hot water in. You can't just do them cold. You have to put. My stepfather used to eat about 2 cups every. He would have a cup of tea, a huge bowl of oats every morning before work.
When I was eating dairy stuff, I used to put a dollop of plain yogurt and a load of honey and stir all that in. And that made it really
yogurt
nice.
in porridge. That's an interesting one. I've not come across that before.
Lovely. Yeah, and then I'd put in maybe a bit of chopped apple or pear or something like that. That'd be nice. Right, we're at 5-3. So we are going to go for the Thief.
Don't kill us again, please, Dice.
Okay, so we need to roll higher than 5. If we don't roll higher than 5 again, then we're going to finish for the night because the dice hate us.
Oh my fucking god!
What do we get? Oh my god!
Right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to roll another character, but I'm going to stay at the same one.
Fair enough.
And assume we've done all the same things.
He literally immediately turned back on his word.
Well, they do hate us, that's for sure.
Yeah. So we failed twice, 2 failures.
At the exact same spot. For the exact same reason.
Yeah, that's a bit shit, to be honest, for this book, to do that.
It is. I mean, I thought Trial of Champions was brutal with the Arena of Death, but
the dice hate us. Sorry, dice hate us. I'm not playing a character with 9, 16, 7. Oh, I've got it. We've got to go with the dice. Say 9, 16, 7. We're screwed. I hope we die again.
Yeah.
There we go. With our 9 skill, 16 stamina, 7 luck, we have succeeded with 2 characters dead. So our stamina will be now down to 15. We lost 2 and gained 1. Actually, no, we lose another 2 here as well, don't we? So it's down to 13. Oh dear.
We're doing so well.
Don't show.
Yeah, we're screwed. Right. Okay. The total is higher. It's 267. Right.
You didn't even taste that. Oh my god.
Much to your relief, you see
Oh,
the
that-
thief's legs buckle underneath him. He drops his iron ball and curses loudly as it thumps into the ground. Not a moment too soon, you drop your ball and shout out in triumph as the thief is led away. You're exhausted, and the muscles in your arms are burning. Lose another stamina point. You are relieved to have won the contest and look around to see how Thump has fared. Turn to 310. You see Thump nearby, sitting, arms folded, on his iron ball with a beaming smile on his face. That wasn't too hard, was it? He says as you approach him. Before you can answer, the trumpet sounds again, and the officer instructs the remaining 24 contestants to gather at one end of the arena. Gates open at the other end, and a guard walks into the middle carrying a large silver jug. He begins to pour chalk dust onto the sand, marking out a white line across the arena. The officer raises his sword to silence the murmuring crowd. The next contest is a team game called A Line in the Sand, he bellows. You must now make another choice. I want 12 of you to be on one side of the chalk line and 12 of you to be on the other side. Either stay where you are or step over the line. Do it now. A pirate, a man-orc, and a barbarian run across the line, cheering loudly. They're immediately followed by a thief and a priestess. Thump turns to you and says, I like their spirit. I'm going to join them. Are you coming? Do we cross the line or do we stay where we are?
If Thump's going, I'll go.
Yeah, I was saying, let's do that.
Yeah.
Cross the line with Thump.
It sounds to me like a giant tug of war.
Yeah, and if Thump's strong, you want to be on his side, don't you? Jeb says stay.
I mean, that's just what I'm assuming.
First level thieves in AD&D and basic D&D don't have any good luck. It was clearly a higher than first level thief.
If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all. Points if anyone knows who that's from.
No, I have heard it, but I don't know where it's from. Jerry says cross the line. Okay, so Straw Piglet and Mac, I will take that as crossing the line to go with. To want to go with the priestess. Yes, you're wrong. Did a few lines in his day. It's a white line as well. White lines, don't do it.
Something that I've never done,
Diva.
thankfully.
White lines.
I know everyone probably thinks of me as the token druggie, but it's like I'm probably the only one who hasn't done anything worse.
No,
At some point.
the same way. That stuff terrifies me.
Jeb, a man with taste. That's what I love to hear. Yes, Andy as well. Look at that. Together, they've got the whole thing.
Okay, so we're crossing the line. 398. You run across the chalk line with Thump and 5 others. With the teams established, a party of scrawny slaves enters the arena carrying shovels. They begin digging out the sand on both sides of the white line to reveal 2 long sections of solid stone floor. When they are finished, more slaves enter the arena carrying a long length of thick rope. They lay it lengthways across both sections of the stone floor, with half it on one side and half of the chalk line and half it on the other side. A line in the sand is a tug of war contest. It will be the final contest in the arena, the officer announces, triumphantly to rapturous applause from the crowd. Take your positions on the rope. The team members look at each other before the tall barbarian says in a gruff voice, I should be the lead puller. And I should be the anchor, the priestess says, smiling. Why you? I'm stronger than you. I should be the anchor, the man-orc says dismissively. You'll see, the priestess replies calmly. Let's vote on it, says Thump, and everybody agrees. Do we vote for the priestess or do we vote for the man-orc?
Hey,
Hello,
Ned's
Ned.
dead.
I don't know. She seems kind of confident. Let's vote for her.
Priestess or
I
man-orc
agree
to
with
be
Dan.
anchor?
I agree with Dan.
One
She
more
sounds
on it.
confident, so.
Stop your grinning and drop your linen was a line from a Ned's Atomic Dustbin song. I don't know if it's many others. I don't know.
It seems pretty unanimous right now.
Well, everyone's saying priestess.
Howdy, Robert.
Okay, priestess it is then. I think it's pretty unanimous. Yep, 130. Those of you who've just arrived, I am finishing the stream any minute. I do apologize. I know the timing is really bad for you American types, but Thump counts the raised hands and says, that's 7 in favour of the priestess and 5 in favour of the man-orc. Priestess will be our anchor. Everybody takes their position on the rope with the barbarian at the front, with you and Thump in second and third position and the priestess at the back. You watch the opposing team take their positions on the rope, with a berserker at the front, a giant of a warrior as the back of their anchor. Gripping the rope tightly, everybody leans back to take up the strain. The officer raises his sword and shouts, when I say heave, pull on the rope as hard as you can. First team to drag the other forward by a meter will be judged the winner. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, heave. Is she a bit sweating profusely in the heat, but encouraged by the grimacing faces of your opponents, you lean as far back as you can, pulling on the rope with all your might. The minutes pass, with neither team able to pull the other forward, when suddenly the priestess lets go of the rope and points to the sky. A green flash sparks from her ring finger, and the rope suddenly feels easier to pull, as though an invisible hand is helping you pull it. You start to inch your way backwards, and all the wailing and grunting coming from your opponents cannot stop them from being pulled forward. The officer raises his sword when you have dragged them forward by a meter. The stone floor gives way beneath them, and you watch them fall into the void, screaming in terror.
Fucking hell, that's brutal.
Oh, don't mess with the bird. Okay, it says turn to 213, but that will be the last one I do of this stream.
Sorry.
Because I must get some kip before work. I am shattered from my bellyache a couple of hours ago. It takes it out of me, unfortunately. Apologies for the late start on the stream. I clearly ate something that disagreed. A lot of things disagreed with my gut. But it's the first time it's really affected a stream like this in a while anyway. So I'm going to end the stream now. I am tired. I need to go to bed.
All right, John, thanks.
We'll reconvene with this book next week. It's already killed us twice. The stream has run out of steam. Well, the stream reader has run out of steam. I've run out of steam.
Are we doing MERPs tomorrow?
Yes, we are. Yes, we have a MERP game tomorrow at the usual time, where basically tomorrow's session is going to be updating your characters, sorting out your character sheets, and deciding where you want to go next. That's the basic idea of tomorrow.
Right.
Just sort of tidying up some loose ends. So
Yeah, because we didn't get to do it over the Christmas period, did we?
no, we did. Well, the Christmas period is just. I was ambitious in thinking about to get it done over Christmas because it was just too busy in my house, unfortunately. Don't worry, Piglet. Don't worry. Simply because of my son's birthday, as well as Christmas and New Year, it just makes it all and because I work in retail, so I don't get much time off. So yeah, it's one of those things. Just one of those things. So yeah, playing Merp tomorrow night. I'll get back to making videos and stuff next week, and everything will be back to normal next week. We've done the New Year thing, and if you want to watch how bad I am at sim racing, I am driving in an endurance race on Sunday night, which will be live streamed on a pretty professional broadcasting channel on YouTube with commentary and proper live timings. I fully expect to be last because I'm not very quick, but I'm taking part in my old geek liveried car. So I'll be there.
What's the
That's
channel
also
called?
Chaz Draycott Media, something like that. I'll get a link.
Okay.
But no, I'll get that. I'll get that linked up, and I won't be very good, but hey ho. I'm one of the lowest rated drivers in the race, so it's very ambitious of me to even attempt it. But hey ho, bit of fun. That's Sunday night. That one is right. Anyway, good night, fellas. I'm going to get off.
Night, everybody.
I'll speak to a load of you tomorrow. Cheers.
Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers, John. Cheers,
Yeah.
chat.